Alright, everybody out there, it is not HD, it's not Husky, it's not Day 9, it's not Artosis, and definitely not Tasteless. It is I, CraftChest, here to show you not a Diamond League, not a Pro, but the Aluminum Foil League of StarCraft II, and I want to show you an actual pretty good replay here to start off 2011 with the promised StarCraft II transition out of doing the Diablo videos. And I'm not going to do StarCraft II exclusively, but I would love to start doing some of these. And this is a test run, so everybody be gentle. You know, trolls don't go crazy on me, because if I get some terms wrong, I hear even some of the best of them out there get it wrong. So go easy and just take note that this is the Aluminum Foil League of StarCraft II, but this was a pretty good game. The timings aren't perfect. Don't critique it too much, because I am not the best player in the world. However, I do have good enough knowledge of StarCraft II and pretty good gameplay to survive as long as I pay attention and I'm not drunk. So there you go. So let's start off this replay here, and this is going to be Terran versus Protoss. I am a Terran player, and as you saw my ID up top there on the main screen, if you'd like to add me, it's account name, as everything is, CraftChest, and you saw the gamer tag 2 something. It used to be 186, now it's 2 something. So let's get this replay loaded up. Sorry about the delay. My computer has been crashing out on me terribly. It's time for me to rebuild, or actually build a new one. The Too Wicked one is no longer too wicked. And let's get into this game review here. We have TheKyD as the red Protoss here in the north position of Jungle Basin, and you have yours truly, CraftChest, down here in the south position as the blue Terran. And in the beginning of this is nothing too exciting, but while we get our first supplies up, the pylon and the supply depot, let me explain to you that the reason why I wanted to start doing these is that Lucid and I, about a year, maybe a little over a year ago, really got into Brood War, battling each other, training and everything, and really sparked his interest in StarCraft. And with the announcement of StarCraft 2 and the beta coming out and everything like that, we really got excited with it. So we had some battles between each other, and you know, he got good enough to where he started just kicking my butt. So I was like, you know, I'm not going to get into the beta. I'm really going to wait till the game comes out, let him get the game mechanics and everything balanced. And so here I am, about 6 months later. I have had about 3 months off from playing the game. So I'm really low on the ladder right now. I'm not even going to tell you what my rank is. I'm sure you'll see it if you add me on your profile. Now let me show you something that I've started doing here. As a Terran player, sometimes you'll have people that do early scouting, and while my racks is going up, if you noticed the little bit of delay, I don't know if I was actually in this position, but a little bit of a delay getting the barracks going, and that's because I had an extra SCV being built. And after that one was built, I move him up into this position where the next supply depot is going to go. And then this racks right here, of course, right when it comes out, getting my Marines out for either scouts or anything. And then I take the extra SCV and then I do my scout. Well, this guy right here didn't send out a scout, which was kind of unusual, because the game actually said that he was favored to win this one, which I know is no big deal, and that doesn't mean anything. Any given player could beat any other player in any given time. But anyway, getting my other supply and getting my wall off going on here. Standard play right here, nothing special. I'm starting to get me a gas going, because I was actually thinking about trying a 2-1-1 build and getting me a Banshee out to do some early harassment on his supply depot. Now, when I got into his base, and I'm going to pause it right here, I did notice that he went double gas almost immediately. He got a gateway, got a cybernetics core, and something in my mind said, he's either going for really early air or something. And immediately I was like, well, I'm going to try to hang out here and see if he's going to try to do a void ray rush on me. And there you go. So just scouting around, had my little SCV, I think, on a pre-plotted course. And once he was done with that, kind of try to tuck him off in the corner here so I could get some more scouting intel. In the meantime, I'm waiting, and as you noticed, I'm building up a few minerals here because I was actually wanting to know what he was going to do with this double gas. So I wanted to keep my scout alive as long as possible. I'm surprised that this probe did not actually harass me, but I guess he was trying to build up his minerals and gas fast and using every bit of what he had to do it. Now, he does send another probe down because he knows I'm down here and maybe going to proxy him. So he didn't know. He couldn't take that chance. So he comes down here and tries to handle up on me. And I was like, oh, I got to keep that alive. I was actually down here in the base while he was hanging out, and I saw he was under attack in the mini-map here. So I come back up, keep him alive, and then when I came up into the base, I noticed that he had the Stargate going up. So immediately in my mind, I already had my 2 racks going. I changed plans, and I was like, well, I got to get Marines out quick. So one thing that I did notice after watching this replay the first time to make sure that this one was good enough to do a replay on is that when this racks came up, I did make a crucial mistake, and well, not a crucial one, but it turned the timing back quite a bit, getting a lot of Marines out. Now, you'll notice I am making a couple of Marauders, and the reason why is my thinking was if he is going early Void Ray, I can push those 2 Marauders out and have my Marines to try to fend off an early Void Ray attack. Alright, so here is the part where I should have made a little bit of a change and got all my racks going on Marines. And on here, I don't know why I'm not building any right now. What was I doing? Still none. See, that's why this is the aluminum foil league, you know. And it's good to learn because you know, you'll see where you need to be making some, and it's like, oh crap, you know, I need to go back and make this change. That's why we watch these, you know, to learn how to play the game a little better, and then we learn from ourselves. So here we go. Here, back to this right here. I should not have made this reactor because I already had these 2 barracks going up side by side, and the whole point of a reactor is to be making 2 at a time. Had I gotten both racks up and gotten a Marine out here, by the time that Marine finished, I could have been making another one. This racks would have been finished, and then I would have had an extra, maybe 2 extra Marines versus the time that it takes to build a reactor because the time span is so long on it. Another thing that I should have done, which right here, this little SCV just hanging out, and finally I see him. I'm like, hey, little dude, you need to go do something. We need minerals. Go mine. Now, meanwhile, we'll notice back up here, this guy is going double Stargate. So I didn't scout this, but whenever I saw this first one, I was like, he is definitely committing to Void Ray. I need to beef up on as many Marines as possible. I have the 2 Marauders out. I am researching STEM so that I can get the extra, what is it, DPI, damage per DPS? Yeah, DPS, damage per second, going on. And then one thing that I did that a lot of people may disagree with, they may say you should have just went straight up barracks, is I did get my factory up because if he were to transition out of this initial Void Ray push right here, and I pretty easily defend off on this, and notice that the Void Rays are straight up going after these Marines because they know that those guys are tearing them a new one. While that was happening, I moved these Marauders up, and he is building more Void Rays. He's pretty much committing to the full Void Ray, as many minerals and gas as possible that he gets. And those suckers are expensive, 250 and 150. And that's, of course, why he went with the double gas right there to get those out quickly. Now, what I did was I moved these Marauders up to the front door up here because I knew that if he had Void Rays, depending on the route that he takes, if he was to take the straight route straight to my front door, he's just out of range. And let me pause the game and go to his view right there. He can't see my Marauders at this front door right here. All right? Even if he were to come in this position right here, he would barely not be able to see them just due to the angle. And these Marauders are sitting right here, okay? Now, I can't see past right this point right here, but I knew that if he was building up a force, they're going to be right up in this area here. So that's why I didn't go up the ramp, try to go over in this corner, or sneak in or anything like that. I was just biding my time and building as many Marines as possible